Now comes Dataflow ML. So ML here stands for machine learning. Now what is the use and what does that mean? Dataflow ML actually lets us or lets user use the data flow to deploy and manage machine learning pipelines. So whatever the pipelines or whatever the models a user wants to use for its application, like models like classification or regression, whatever the pipelines the user has created, or whatever the model he wants to apply on its application, that can also be used in data flow of Google Cloud Platform. And that data flow will actually help that data flow ML will actually help in deploying those pipelines without any restrictions, right? Now data flow ML actually supports batch and streaming pipelines, which means that uh, this model can actually work on the limited or fixed data, and can also take input as a streaming data which actually changes at a specific time or at a particular time, right? Now it has two main terms: keyed model handler and run inference transform, right? Now what does these two terms means? So keyed model handler is a class within Apache Beam module that helps in efficiently running of the inference with multiple differently trained models in Apache Beam pipeline, right? And what does run inference means? Run inference is actually the main concept, or we can say the main uh, key which actually is used in Dataflow ML and helps in deploying multiple models together. The key inference transform is the recommended way to run ML inference in Dataflow pipelines. It can be used like with keyed model handler to perform inference on per key basis. This means that it provides the transform with both the data and the corresponding keys. Run inference can actually be used with multiple differently trained models, even if the models are of different genre. Okay, so now what is data flow shuffle? So it is the base operation behind data flow transforms, which actually uses group by key or co-group by key or combine or split up. Now what does that mean? Let's understand this with the flowchart, right? So as we know that the P transform is responsible for the transformation of the data according to the needs, right? Here the P transform is used for splitting up the data, for grouping up the data, giving the output, and for extracting the knowledge or key points from the data, right? But behind P transform, especially in batch data or fixed data, data flow shuffle works. Actually what happens is, especially in the case of batch data, behind the P transform data flow shuffle works by group by or co-group by or split up. Okay, data flow shuffle is actually used only if the data is batched or fixed but not streamed. This is one of the limitations of data flow shuffle. So basically data flow shuffle is responsible for splitting up the data and merging them together while giving the output only in batch data. Here are some of the key benefits of using data flow shuffle. Data flow shuffle actually is faster in execution time, or we can say that the execution time or implementation time of the basic pipelines for the batch data is faster, and reduction in consumed CPU memory and persistent disk storage. It actually utilizes less storage and works faster. It utilizes better horizontal auto scaling as well as better fault tolerance.